Welcome to this latest training video on Model Office. This time we're going to focus on the new Monitor AI technology we've recently launched. This focuses on a number of things. Firstly and foremostly, it's looking at integration with back office technologies such as IntelliFlow Office and Iris and others, and pulling in relevant data so that we can so firms can meet their regulatory requirements, particularly across data analytics and assessing the quality of data and ensuring data is up to speed against key regulatory requirements such as the consumer duty reporting requirements. So as you'll see on the homepage of Model Office, we have Monitor here and IntelliFlow Office in this particular example that we're integrated with. So if we click on IntelliFlow to start with, and this will take us through to this home page, which looks at firstly looking at the data quality health check, where we look at how many duplicated clients a firm may have. Click view, and that should then pull up the relevant duplication, and the firm can then go and clean that up in IntelliFlow. Click refresh here, and that will start to clean up all that data for them. And then you've got the missing data fields across the individual clients with the client ID pulled through, the client type, whether they're a personal client or corporate client, named, and then the missing data fields, and again cleaning that up in the back office, and then that should pull through on a refresh. So the key area with that is making sure that the data is of highest quality, because obviously that can then empower the AI to deliver really accurate and high quality results for the business. Then if we take a look at the consumer duty, so this is just looking at individual client names that you can place into this area here, and then click on that particular client. And what this then does is go through, the AI now is sense checking all the available data, and it should, there you go, it's looked at segmenting the data across the 4 outcomes of the consumer duty. And not only that, it's RAG rated and taking a look at giving a scoring across the quality, not only the quality of that data, but any key areas it's looking at across the FCA's consumer duty regulations that could cause issues. So things like foreseeable harm, vulnerability, for example, key areas such as causing barriers to client understanding and so forth. So this takes a look at products and services, price and value, consumer understanding, consumer support. So for example, in consumer support, we've got a client having a vulnerability, no vulnerability owners. That's obviously pulling down the overall score in this area. And that's a bit of a red flag that firms can then sense check before the advisor planner runs a client review meeting, for example. So many firms are now using this as a prerequisite to sense check the data quality areas of focus prior to doing a client file review, and also prior to actually doing a client meeting. So once a firm has kind of got to grips with this information, what they can then do is go back in, as before, into IntelliFlow or Iris or other technologies, back office technology that we integrate with, and then effectively clean up that data, press refresh, and that should then hopefully show more of a sea of green. So again, sense checking the quality of data across the consumer duty 4 outcomes, but also the key areas that require attention to ensure there's no barriers, no foreseeable harms, and vulnerability issues are flagged and ensure that they're taken care of on a client by client basis. The client file review audit software, same principle applies. Place the client name in the search area here. That will then go into the client binder or file in the back office, and then it will do a sense check across what files, what documents are in there against what documents should ideally be in there from a regulatory perspective. This is really important considering the FCA's latest thematic review 24.1, which focused on the income retirement advice review, and looking at the quality of data, a document should I say, in the client files and binders. So this, what the AI is doing here is sense checking what files should ideally be in a client binder, a client file from a good practice perspective, what is actually in, so that's the red, amber, greens, and also flagging number of files that can be banded and segmented into individual areas, because the industry has a lot of terminology issues regarding how they're naming files, how firms name their files. And what we're doing here is effectively ensuring that the AI is trained to effectively take a look at how a fact find can be called different names, and then it will go out and search for them and pull them into the relevant area, as it has done over here. Now these files can then be downloaded and placed into Monitor itself, the dashboard itself. What this is designed to do is really like the client file review audit. The automated client file review audit is not only save time and cost, but also deliver highly meaningful management information and data for firms to sense check they're complying against all the relevant rules and regs, but also ensure that they're on track to offer compliant and good quality advice, and also meet those good client outcomes. So what we've got here is a drag and drop that you can place into a file in here, which once it goes in, it will then start to read the document like so. So it's uploading the document at the moment. And again, this is using generative AI, where it effectively will take a look at the document, it will sense check that document, and ensure that document is compliant in all the relevant areas. So what the AI has done is effectively it's segmented the document down into constituent parts, as you can see. So this area is Know Your Customer, and then it's breaking down that particular area into the key areas that apply. So you've got product details below, and then for each section you can see it then pulls through its own understanding of where the document sits against the relevant rules and regulations, which it pulls in over here with URL links, so that you can see that the report can be benchmarked against the relevant areas, like so. We have what we class at Model Office as a belt and braces approach, which takes a look at the generative AI information pulled across, which is RAG rated, as you can see. And then we have more information, which is Model Office guidance across the key areas that should be in here, and also key areas on the consumer duty, and also allows you to make notes in here, which may look at follow-on actions, delegated handover, really good audit trail information that you can add in from that perspective. We've also got some good practice in here as well, which again adds more information for you to ensure that your audit is really up to speed against all the regulations and what the regulator wants to see in these compliance document templates. So once that's all completed, as you can see, it's still thinking about certain areas, but it's bringing in relevant information across all the key areas that the document has been broken down into. And this really is a comprehensive automated review of audit of each document, which will take minutes, not hours, to complete. So if I just go back to the dashboard and look at as that's pulling through, here's one that was created earlier, and you can see all the areas have been completed, pulls in all the relevant scoring, so you can then focus on ensuring that these documents are as strong as possible and accurate as possible against all the rules and regulations. So any information, any more questions or queries that you may want from the Monitor software, AI software, do email us at info@model-office.co.uk. Thank you for your time.